Hello everyone and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. So, I've taken a day now. There's been a day between the last recording, and by that I mean I slept, and then I woke up, ate some ice cream, and now I'm getting right back to it. So, Yuri and Monika are what we got left. I don't think Yuri's gonna like it at all, so let's get that out of the way, shall we? Is it my turn? Yeah, we're just diving right in, by the way. Every time. Unless I start talking, just assume we're diving straight in. Let's see how it compares to yesterday's. I see. It's a bit different. I expect you for trying different things, Percival. Were you inspired by Natsuki's poem? Or Sayori's, perhaps? Well, I guess you could say that. I thought so. I'm happy for you. You don't need to find inspiration in my poems. I write them for myself, not for anyone else. So I don't really need for people to like them or anything. Yuri. I'm sorry for being blunt, but you're overthinking this a little. Just because our styles are different doesn't mean I dislike your poems. In fact, if I tried to do something in your style, I would probably just do a terrible job. I see. I'm sorry. My stupid mind, it likes to do that sometimes. Anyway, you don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain, like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your readers to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. Blush. She blushes a lot. Oh, I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read, of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty sack. My attention was caught by this stuttering Google, see if that's a real word. Yeah, it is a real word. Neat. It means there's like small movements of a small animal or something like that. Okay, a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies. As an unordinary human, I gave the raccoon a piece of my bread. My subconscious, well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. That raccoon. Enrage? An urge. There we go. An urge. The moon increments? Yeah, I think that's increments. Cursive. It's cursive. I don't read cursive that very well. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and safe. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied air. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently. So my bread, it's always on. My bread is always handy. Bleh. Every time I brandish my knife, my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic something conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring for this one than yesterday. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if that's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Use the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. I'm trying to think if I actually know, actually myself, know what's going on in that poem. Something to do with guilty pleasures. I want to think. I'm not sure. But that definitely does make sense to me. Something to do with guilty pleasures. and kind of stuff like that. Like, you always feed it, but it gets worse. Maybe a bad addiction? I don't know what she'd be addicted to. Me? Maybe? Wink. Okay, I don't know. It's hard to think of this. But yeah, that might be the whole thing here. I don't know. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Maybe she'll tell us. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? Someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into, as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. There's only one option asked. God, I love this ding sound so much. Ding! It's like so gratifying just to hear it. I'm sorry for the torture. Let's go. Her voice, sorry. Hi again, Percival. That was kind of silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I'm glad the two of you have been getting along so well. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, I already read your poem, but you can go ahead and read mine now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Speaking, screeching, piercing. Sine. To Google! Cosine. Tangent. Am I just like an idiot for not knowing the word sine? The trigonomic function that is equal to the ratio of the side opposite a given angle in a right triangle to the hypotenuse. Dear Lord, who the f knows what that is? Cosine tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression or of a feeling. Or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait. Is this a tip even about writing? Is that a wall over there? It seems to be crumbling. What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. I don't know what the fuck I said, but that's my advice. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Okay. Do we really have to do something for the festival? Like, oh my god. It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for that event. Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monika. Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate with yourself. Finding new horizons. And having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes to standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess it leaves me to no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but I like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's explicit faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Thanks, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monika. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of the strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something that she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like that what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and structures that she announces. What the f*** is that word? How the hell would one ever pronounce that? Ahem.
Enunciate.
Oh, okay, it's just enunciate. The spelling of enunciate f***ed me up. Enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered her, even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not like that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops off her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it when, like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. Oh, I did give her a soft voice. I'm glad I did that, because she actually has one canonically. That's good to hear. I didn't f*** that one up. Okay. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery, like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on a paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Percival liked it. I guess that's a good sign. Wink. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems would work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I have seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending upon what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. See, this is the creepy face again. It's a bit creepy. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Percival. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Percival lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, you have a fair point, but I mean, come on. Don't kick a man while he's down. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and stand in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Crawling in my skin, these wounds, they will not heal. I can't believe I just came up with that. That's great. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah. Perhaps. I switched maybe for perhaps to like me. It's the voice better that I gave my character. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. God. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to this podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Oh my god. Because you're... I think that was Monika. Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem was called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused. Her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if given life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She flops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have too much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. I don't know. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine, too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write some poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning on tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Yuri and Monika, but I'll do my best to get through. It's for the sake of the club. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monika, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well... How am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Percival, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I kind of noticed that Sayori and... I'm trying not to, but Sayori and Monika are kind of like mixing together right now, and I'm trying to keep them separate. They're just a little too similar. My amount of girl voices, I'm surprised it came up before. To be fair, one of them is the generic gay guy voice, but nonetheless, we move on. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... it's time to pick something important. We've got a choice. Who would I do? Which choice would I take? Why can't I walk with both of them? That's not what's at stake. Do we do it based on boob size? Or do we do it based on hearts? We'll decide next episode. Cause that's... I don't know, I lost my rhyme. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!